So we're going to take a look at this build that Mini did. We did this the other day. Does this connect? Doesn't that look like there's a space in there? I guess we'll see in a minute. So I guess this is completely tight up here, so he does leave a space for this. So let's watch this really carefully. As the gateway finishes, does he make a core first? Or does he make a zealot first? Zealot or core? Core. He doesn't even make a zealot. Interesting. But I guess he knows he also can't be attacked right now. All right, now when the core finishes, immediately gets his Citadel first, but he gets a Stargate right after. Right there. I assume 3 on gas. Yeah, we don't get a lot of PvZ games where you modulate that. And he did get a Zealot in there somewhere. Second gateway, basically at the same time as the Templar Archives. So, now here's a question I'm asking myself. Is, can I do this with the gateway first opening? Maybe I should just learn this build. Completely. Should we just straight up fully stick this build into the mix? Or should we try to get our own gateway first build into DT Rush? So the idea is he gets the Corsair out so fast, you actually can't do the Hydra Bust. Yeah, there's just not quite enough time. So once the DTs are out, it's over. No rush is going to hit you. Yeah, this is at an exit. Although, interestingly, now he's blocked himself in because he had to not die to a Hydra Bust. So the idea is you get up to 3 Corsairs. You get more if they're going mutas, but you get... And you basically have 4 DTs on the map. And the thing is, so there's you can always check to run in here. You know, a DT is pretty tanky, so we can kind of run in and run by. But look at this. This is what is so cool about this. 4 DTs, it's no longer a game of can he spot me or not. Does he have detection or not? You can actually just force a fight. Now, this is versus Effort, so Effort's not going to die to this, but the number of games where you can just run in with 4 DTs, especially if they relied on Zerglings, DTs kill a Zergling in 1 hit. You can fuck them up. So he just perfectly has the right amount. And then he goes for 4 more gates. Now, the +1 attack upgrade's late. That's the one thing that I don't like about this build, but I guess you have to give up something, right? 5 gates, 6 gates. So it's a build order where he just has 2 gates, has a little timing attack. Whether it works or not, he runs back and throws the gateways down. And gets Zealot leg upgrade last. And he can basically roam with the 3 DTs. He goes for the Forge. But does Mini make... Yeah. 1 Forge or 2 Forges? He just remakes 1 Forge. Do I have the APM to do this build? So, I'll let you in on a little secret. You don't need APM, really high APM, to do almost any build. Maybe like a TVZ, Mass Marine. I think PVT can take a lot of APM later on because you've taken so much of the map. But you can basically play at a top level with like 200-something APM. Yeah, well, Minis, I mean, these guys are both at 450 APM. These guys are nuts. But, I mean, this is literally a top 4 ASL match. This is like top 4 players in the world duking it out. 200 APM's, I think, not as hard to get as people think it is. You know, a lot of APM is just the same input over and over because you need to make sure the pathing is going to be very precise. Yeah, Mind is pretty slow. Stork is pretty slow. Okay, so I don't think we need to study the build beyond this. I mean, from here, you're basically able to roam. You get your Dragoons. And just keep cranking stuff out. The only weakness is that he only has +1 attack. Where does his Zerg get on upgrades? Oh, that's funny. He doesn't have anything either. I guess this was a pretty tight game because it was a Hydra bust, right? Look at that. Pro match. I think this was an Evo chamber that was killed. Let's go back and check. You know, this is something I always have to remember as a Protoss player because you have these perceived biases. Because I always think when they kill my Forge that I'm going to get behind in upgrades. They don't get their upgrades until later, too. So technically, there's an upgrade advantage here. +1 attack. Does he get armor or does he get +2? He gets armor. So this is basically the, Mini just doing a great job. Roaming, punishing, getting the other base up. All you have to do at this phase of the game is figure out where their 4th base is going to be and stop lurkers from setting up there. So from here, it's just, keeping the Zerg oppressed. Keep leaning on him. You're on your 3rd base. He's on his 3rd base. He does a great job here, basically. He's killing so many drones in these little fights. And this is going to be the nail in the coffin for the Zerg, is if Protoss gets a 4th base up. You're just 2 ahead. Effort's basically trying to win the game by taking fights, and he's doing a pretty good job. Actually, this is... Yeah, I almost forgot about this when I casted it. Yeah, this game's basically over from here. I mean, I think from here it's an interesting game because of positional play, but the Zerg just doesn't have a 4th base. And this was probably the final killing blow. He actually sandwiched this attack that was supposed to be ready to run in here. He sandwiched it in between the base and his army and just gets like total value, just murders this. For the people on YouTube, thank you so much for watching that little review of Mini's game versus Effort, that PVZ. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more content like this. And go to tastelessthreads.com where you can see my merch. Have a great day. Bye-bye.